Hey everyone, welcome to another well-produced video toy of the day here on Kastor's Corner. You can visit our website, castorscorner.com. Follow us on all social media. We are at Kastor's Corner on everything. So, what do we have for you today? Well, if you saw the thumbnail, you'll see that we are taking a look at. Do I have the box? I have the box somewhere. There it is. This guy. So this is the Ultimate Doc Brown from NECA Toys. And the bottom of the box shows everybody that's come out so far. And the front has kind of Doc Brown's workshop, things from all three movies, if I'm correct, or at least 2 out of the 3. Oh no, this is all. This is just from the first one. Sorry, I was reading the paper. I was expecting it to be the headline from part 2, but it is not. Inside has a really nice picture of him in front of Hill Valley. The cardboard insert, which I've been saving from the other boxes, even though I'm not keeping the whole boxes. And it is Doc Brown's mansion from 1955. And so let's take a look. So thank you to Bill, who went in with an order. We ordered them through NECA Shop. I think it was, I don't remember. We ordered them online when NECA said that they went up. So we got them this week or last week. And so thrilled to take a look at, thrilled to have in my collection. I'm still going to be a little bit critical just because Back to the Future is, of course, one of my favorite movies of all time. So I know it forwards and backwards. And so a couple of things stood out to me. But taking a look at the figure himself. So there will be more pictures up on our Instagram, close-ups and things. This is a really solid figure. I took it out of the box, switched hands multiple times, heads multiple times, had no issues at all. Now, I know we've heard some issues with Marty being a little bit fragile, but for whatever reason, Doc is very, very solid. He is in his outfit from the end of the film of part 1. And spoilers abound. Listen, it's been, 35 years? So if you haven't seen it, sorry if there's spoilers. But they went so far as to detail that this Doc is actually from the very end of the film because he has his ripped pants from almost falling off the clock tower trying to save Marty. So this look definitely is the checkered shirt or the typical 50s shirt, the corduroy kind of pants, the textured pants. Everything is textured, which is really nice. So the coat's pretty smooth. Pants have texture to them. Shirt has texture to them. Even the gloves do too. I think the detail work on him is really well. I personally would rather, I mean, this is a pretty neutral face, but the eyes are a little bit out for me. But as far as faces go, I think it's pretty good. So this figure comes with him, figure, head. This is what comes in the box. There's an alternate head with a very surprised look on his face. And actually, I grabbed the screenshot from the film. And so it does match. So there's that. There's that. So I think they did a really good job recreating that look on his face, to be honest with you. There's no complaints. There's no doubt that they got Christopher Lloyd's likeness down. He is on par with Biff. Marty's a little soft, but I think they're getting there. I think we saw some new ones coming up. I don't know, it might be just the lines on his face add the depth to the sculpt that really make it work. But this head goes with these goggles. And there are some pictures that'll go up on our Instagram. The goggles are pretty small. They're pretty light. They do kind of fit into the eye sockets, which is really nice. And what I found was when I took the head off, I don't know if we can see this, there's actually a little track that runs along the base of the neck where the neck attaches. And the goggles actually fit perfectly within that track. So if you're trying to go over this big bushy head of hair, you're never going to get there. So what you should do is go from underneath, put them this way, and then use a pen or something not sharp. You'll cut right through the goggles. But if you could use a pen, fingernail, something, whatever you have around you to kind of help get it into that track. Once it's in that track, it is solid. And we got some really nice shots of him with the goggles on and then above his head, like you would in that scene where the model is to scale but not painted. Oh no, it's not painted or made to scale, but it illustrates the point of the film. Now, the one also he comes with a pipe wrench, so a nice big pipe wrench. He comes with alternate ungloved hands, both with watches on them. We also get the blueprints for the Brown Mansion. We get the blueprints or the initial design when porcelain was wet. He slipped, he fell, hit his head on the toilet, and when he woke, he had a vision, a revelation, a picture in his head of this thing. And you can't see it because of the reflection, but it is the design of the flux capacitor, as well as the little paper letter from Marty from Lou's Cafe up in the top corner. They spared no expense on the details to this. I have to say the detail work on these things are great. An unexpressive face would make me the happiest collector in the world, but as we go. Now, the only criticism I'm going to say for this is that this head that they used for this figure does not match in any way, shape, or form the actual figure that they put it with. And I'll tell you why. And it's a goofy little nerd trivia piece. So at the beginning of the film, when Marty meets Doc in his mansion, he is wearing a silverish house coat with black lapel, down, robe, pinkish shirt, tie. So that's what he meets Marty in. And he has the bandage because he had just fallen, hit his head, and designed the flux capacitor. So this head would definitely go with the big mind reader kind of thing that goes on his head. So if you're going to nitpick, that's my one nitpick. It's the wrong costume with this head. I know it's a small detail, but it's what you get when you get nerds like us that really love these movies and look at toys that are made from them. Now, perfect otherwise. This head here is without bandage, so it is correct at that time. But again, I don't know. That's my one nitpick for it. I love it. I'm smiling because I love it. I think it's really cool, and I really am proud of myself for finding that little factor, looking at it and going, "Oh, he should be in his house coat with his shirt and tie, not in this coat." But Randy and all the guys over there at NECA have worked tirelessly to get likeness rights for figures like Christopher Lloyd, Michael J. Fox. They're working with Casey Jones. Like they really work really hard to get us as much as we possibly can. And even though we're never going to get a George for this line, and believe me, if anybody could come through and get us a George for this line, it would be Randy and his team at NECA. But we know that that's not in the cards. But what they are doing with this line is, I mean, these will be in my collection forever. So even though I nitpick, maybe I make some criticisms, they're all supposed to be constructive, to be honest with you. And don't take it any other way other than little nerd trivia facts that we know that probably nobody else would even think about or notice. Really appreciate the work that they've done to get these characters made into figure form so that collectors like me can have them. So yeah, so this is a look at Doc. We'll have close-up pictures on our Instagram and Facebook. We'll circulate those around. Remember to follow us. We'll have a new podcast. Part 2 of our reunion with the Fanboy Factor is going up tomorrow night before midnight. That's my role. And this wraps week 6 of our look at all the toys that we've been buying like crazy. I had to go buy new bins today. And even though I haven't mentioned it, I have not forgotten. We are still going to be doing our Viper giveaway. We're just making sure everything's in place to be able to do that. So we'll stay tuned to our socials. We'll announce when that's coming. So yeah, so Doc Brown, 1955 Doc Brown. I would like an 85 Doc Brown in a radiation suit. I would like a 1885 Doc Brown, 2015 Doc Brown. I want at least 3 or 4 more of this guy for sure. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow to kick off week 7 as we get closer and closer to our anniversary here on the site. So thank you guys for watching, and feel free to leave comments and let us know what you think about the figure. Thanks. Have a good night, guys.